Beautiful. All right, guys, welcome back to Just the Drill. So this week, I'm going to talk to you about the ultimate drill. Now, this drill can be used for your downswing and your backswing, and is going to ensure that you hit a lot of key checkpoints in your golf swing. So we know that a lot of players struggle to get proper depth at the top of their backswing. This drill, if you're using your body and your arms properly, is going to put you in the perfect position every single time. So go ahead and set up here. Now, one of the goals when we are making a backswing is to make sure we get turn and get our hands closer to heel line. The more the hands have to work out in the downswing, the more the club is going to want to fall behind the hands. That's how you start eliminating the slice. That's how you start eliminating a lot of big misses. So go ahead, slowly take this up to the top of your backswing here. Now, you'll notice that when he gets a full crank, his hands are getting past this stick, okay? This stick is creating a position where everything has to get past the shoulder. If he tries to go too vertical, he's going to bang into that stick in the backswing. So go ahead, set up for me, give me a big turn, stop at the top one more time. In this position here, if we look down, we can notice that the hands are directly over his heel. Now that is a position and a checkpoint we're always looking for out of max. So once we get into the perfect position at the top of the backswing, we can start thinking about how the club is going to work down. Now, this is an excellent drill for the over-the-top golfers. If they don't get themselves in a position where the hands are tracking down on plane, whether you're pulling them down or using your chest to rotate everything into position, you are going to be banging into this stick a lot. So go up top for me. We are going to just make a slow motion downswing so everyone can see the positions we're trying to get into. Now, as he starts coming down, you're trying to feel as though the hands are tracking pretty close to the stick here while the club head works back behind it. Now go back up to the top. If we get into a position where we start throwing the club, we're gonna notice that we get ourselves all tangled up really bad here. If we pull everything too far out, we're gonna bang our hands into that stick. Now the stick should be big enough that we don't worry about hitting our hands on the top. If you're a really tall golfer, you might have some trouble with this drill. Never put yourself in a position where you can do that. That can cause injury. So go ahead and set up. We're gonna make this good backswing. Show a downswing where you trace everything down for everybody. Bring it just down inside the stick. That club at this position is getting perfectly trapped behind the hands. From here, he's gonna just be able to rotate everything and get that club to release out and down towards the target. Get that nice up and left movement that we're looking for. All right, so now it's time for everybody to see this drill. Go ahead and set up. I want you to first give me a freezer. Go up top, freeze, feel the backswing, and then hit a golf ball for me. That freezer is a great way to make sure you're emphasizing the backswing movement. After you get good at it, you can start making swings where there's no freeze involved at all. So go ahead and set up, give me that full swing, get everything back there, and rip on through. Just an amazing drill. All right, guys, welcome back to Just the Drills. I am once again joined by Max Cooper. So this week we are talking about creating space in the downswing. We're going to talk about how to move the chest properly, how to move the pelvis properly in order to give yourself room to maintain your angles through impact. All right, we talked on Saturday's video about how a lot of players struggle with early extension. We talked about how they don't know how to properly move their body in the downswing. And this week, we are going to address those issues with some of my favorite drills. So the first drill I'm going to get Max doing is pretty simple. All you need is an alignment stick. Now go ahead and get a golf ball here. I'm going to put the stick right behind his lead butt cheek, okay? His goal is going to be to push backwards through the strike. In the beginning of the downswing, it's all working back into that stick to create room. Now, I've exaggerated this. Go ahead and set up so you're just off of it. Now, when he hits this golf ball, he's going to feel a big turn in his backswing, feeling as though he's getting that trail hip into a wall as well. And then when he transitions into the downswing, he's going to push this thing back as hard as he possibly can. So go ahead and set up. Give me that big turn on both sides of the golf ball and really push that stick back for me. It's a great golf shot. So if you get yourself in a position where everything is properly sequencing, in the downswing and you're really kicking back with that lead side, that's going to be one of the most important steps to creating space. The lead side has to be moving back through the strike, taking with it the pelvis, and then the chest has to be tilting down to the golf ball in order to make a solid golf shot. All right, guys, so one of the best drills if you're trying to keep the pelvis back is a simple wall drill. So we're going to set up about an inch or two off of the wall, and now Max is going to turn to the top of his backswing, okay? As he's moving back, he's concentrating on getting his trail hip into that wall. Now, in the transition, this is mighty. He's going to really feel the lead side push into the wall. If we're trying to create that space, it's really important to feel ourselves moving back into that wall through impact. So that's one of my favorite drills, just to feel the pelvis creating the space. Now, a lot of players struggle with the early extension from there, okay? You start to see their heads raising, their pelvis moving towards the golf ball. If we can put ourselves in a position where we concentrate on keeping our head level and slightly moving down, we're going to be in a position where we're not dealing with that early extension, and it's going to be easier to keep the pelvis back. So go ahead and set up with your hat up against the wall. Get your head right there, perfect. Now, turn back to the top of your backswing for me. When Max makes this move, start down, slowly move your head, keeping it on the wall. Now, you'll notice here, stay right where you are, that the pelvis is pushing back. He is naturally creating more space with his body, putting himself in a great position in order to be able to work through the strike solidly every time. So, all right, guys, welcome back to Just the Drills. I'm joined once again by Max Cooper. So today we are going to talk about how to get the proper trail arm structure in the backswing, okay? A lot of players struggle with this mechanic and it can really throw off your whole movement. Now, one of the things that we've addressed before is that players think a lot with their lead arm and their lead wrist. So we are going to start looking at what the trail side's doing. Some players are going to benefit from thinking trail side over lead side. I think one of the biggest issues that players get themselves into is trying to keep their lead arm straight the entire backswing instead of feeling everything with their trail arm. In Saturday's video, I talked about lead arm mechanics, and if a lot of players are keeping it straight in the backswing, it puts them in a position where a lot of players aren't going to get enough turn, so they're not going to get enough depth, which can lead to a big over-the-top move, or they're going to start matching that up with a lot of extension in the lead wrist, getting the club face open. Now, if you combine that over-the-top move with an open club face, that's a pretty disastrous shot. So Max here is going to do one of my favorite drills where he's concentrating on the lead arm. Now, this is going to put you in a position where you get a lot of depth. So go ahead and set up there. Now, Max, you're going to just lift that club and place it over your trail shoulder, okay? So we're just going to feel this position right here. Everything's just sitting here. The arms are folded up. Hands are just off the shoulder. Now from here, go ahead and really crank your body. Get a big turn. So club's still here. Now, this is where the important movement comes out of the trail arm. I want you to push your trail arm away from your body, okay? Now that's a pretty solid backswing position that a lot of average golfers are going to really benefit from finding, okay? That's good turn, that's good depth, and you're going to be able to work down to a golf ball. So let's set up with a golf ball here. Let's do this drill. Why don't you go ahead, get your setup there, okay? Pick that club up over your head. There we go. Turn back, push your trail arm out, boom, go ahead and hit it. So if you're trying to learn how to sequence, that's an amazing drill to put you in a good position every time. Now another drill that's going to benefit a lot of players is just a trail arm drill. Okay, so Max is going to demonstrate this here in a second, but a lot of players struggle with this, okay? So if I tell a player to make a one-handed swing, they get in here and they just start immediately collapsing everything and get into a position at the top of the backswing where they're going to have a difficult time getting to the golf ball. I want Max to feel as though he's going to push the trail arm away from his body. This is going to create a lot of width, keeping the hands wide. It's going to put you in a position where you're not getting stuck up at the top. Now, after you get up there, we can hit golf balls one-handed. So that's what we're going to start out with. Go ahead and make a swing for me. So once you get comfortable making those one-handed swings and just pumping them out there and keeping that width in that arm, you're going to want to concentrate on getting extension in the trail wrist, right? So if we start getting the wrist to curl down this way, we are going to start opening the club face, right? We want to feel as though we're holding a pizza tray. So go ahead again. I want you to really make this movement pattern here where you get up to the top. Now, he's supporting the club in the palm of his hand here. That's getting the club overly shut. If you're a slicer, that's an amazing feel to have. Now go ahead and get one more ball. After we get comfortable with that, we can go ahead and put ourselves in a realistic position at the top of our backswing. Go ahead and make one-handed swing back. Go ahead and grab that club, okay? So that's a good position. Now here's something I really want a lot of players to see. Go ahead and do that one more time. Take that back. Now you'll notice that he doesn't have a full chest turn here, right? If he's going to reach that club, he's gonna have to crank everything back and really get that chest turn. So that's a great feel if you're trying to get more chest turn. Now go ahead and do that one more time. Let's see you hit that golf ball. Boom, reach back, grab it, turn through. Cool. So it's a tough drill, it's a hard one. You're not really worried about contact that much, but if you want to learn how to sequence everything and get a big turn, that's a great drill for you. So the final drill we're going to work on if we're going to get that trail arm in a good position is the split-handed drill. I've talked about this before. I really like it as a good backswing sequencing drill. So Max is going to set up here. This is one you can do at home, right? He's going to get the hand, split them up a little bit more than that. Get that down there. There you go. Now, if we get the lead hand more on top of the club and the trail hand more under, right? Go ahead and take that up to the top. Now, if you notice here, this starts to get this arm folded in, right? It is a great feel for the position we're looking for. And if we get the turn out of the chest we want, that's going to put it in a perfect position every time at the top. So make sure you get your lead hand more on top, trail hand more under, and feel the sequencing of that turn. That's going to make sure you don't have that flying right elbow that gets really wicked and out, and you're going to be in a good position to put a good strike on the golf ball every time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate your help in growing this community. I come out with new content every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Thanks a lot, you guys.